It's close. Yeah, it's really intimate.
All right. Hello and welcome to my Disney Brain. Today is December the 1st, so happy December, everyone. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Looking forward to an awesome Christmas. I've got the girls in the studio with me today. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, you can see. So, hello, Imani,
Hello.
and hello, Nia.
Good morning.
So, guys, today we are going to talk about our three, top three Walt Disney World movies, Christmas movies specifically that are underrated. If you can find on Disney Plus. So, top three underrated Walt Disney World Christmas movies currently on Disney Plus. There are a litany of Christmas movies on Disney Plus, and we're 25 days to Christmas, so we'll have more than enough to keep us busy. And we're just going to kind of jump straight into it. We appreciate you guys supporting us each and every week. I'll just make a note and tell you that we're going to put up a few links this week about the merchandise. Some of you have asked. We are still obviously still selling merchandise, and we'll make sure we post it a little bit more regularly on our Instagram page and Facebook. But you can go and check it out and buy coffee mugs and coffee warmers and shirts and hoodies and all sorts of things for My Disney Brain. And we certainly do appreciate it because that will help support us as we move further and further down the road to podcasting. So no further preliminaries. We're going to jump straight into it. Our top three underrated movies. This was a little difficult for me. Were you guys able to find yours relatively easily or no?
The first one, yes. The second one, sort of. And the last one, I kind of have to go and look for.
Okay. But you've got three.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to go first? Imani, you want to go first?
No, I would like for you to go first.
Okay. So I'm going to go first. If you go to Disney Plus and you can do it a couple different ways. If you type in Christmas, you're going to get a number of Christmas movies. And you can also search if you know the name of a particular movie that you're looking for. In this case, my first one, I actually watched about a week or so before Thanksgiving. And it is called Snow Globe. Snow Globe. Snow Globe is on Disney Plus. Fun fact, it's also on Hallmark. I didn't realize that one night we were watching it on Hallmark. This was released in 2007. And it is featuring Christina. What did I do? Christina, is it Milian? Here's what I was doing. I was preparing to say her last name correctly, and I screwed up her first name. So it's Christina. Is it Milian?
Milian.
Yeah. Milian. Okay. Christina Milian, and it was released in 2007. The rating, so parents, this is all PG, is family friendly. So this is rated PG. And the description goes like this. So Angela, who is the character played by Christina, yearns for the kind of a picture-perfect world that she sees inside of her Christmas snow globe. That night, she finds herself transported to the winter wonderland called Snow Globe, where people welcome her with neatly wrapped presents and freshly baked cookies. When she awakens with a trinket from Snow Globe, she realizes it wasn't a dream. She's delighted. She returns to Snow Globe more and more often until she realizes her choices in this perfect world are taking away its innocence. Now she must make and take a drastic measure to undo her negative effects while she is still maintaining a little magic in her life. I'll tell you what I like about this movie and why I think it'll be underrated. I think it'll be underrated because most of the time when we're looking for movies, we try to find things that are new. And this was done in 2007. And also, I don't know if Christina had done a movie lately. So we try maybe, and we're looking for newer stuff by newer actors and actresses. I like this movie because one, it's family friendly. Two, I love any decently done movie about Christmas. Lifetime.
Just decently.
That's what it was, though.
That's
It was
where our
decently
expectations
done.
are.
Yeah, I mean, it is right. That's what this ended up being. It's decently done. This is not going to win any type of an award.
This was the bare minimum.
Wow.
It was-
I didn't realize this was in the studio with movie critics.
Well, no, here's why I say decently done. I say decently done because just don't mess it up. Christmas sells itself. You know, the lights. Here's the deal. When you go on Hallmark and Lifetime, the scenes with the Christmas tree, the lights and stuff, I love to see that. And you pretty much know it's going to be some sort of story where it's going to bring people back together that's been taken apart for some reason. It's kind of the baseline of it. And no different in this story. She has a huge family and everybody has their own take on Christmas. She's a big Christmas person. And what she was undergoing in her regular day-to-day life was a little, I don't know.
So corny, and it was confusing. Her character was confusing.
Well,
Really?
Yes, because
the
like
ultimate movie critic for those listening. Clearly, it does not.
no, because it just
meet her
her
expectations.
like demeanor. Because with her family, was very one way. She was very like, "This is my life. I'm perfectly fine how I am." And then when she got into Snow Globe, she was more like, "Damn, feel distressed." I was like, "You can't do."
Well, listen. Okay, we're not doing any spoilers, so we're going to recommend people. You're kind of going into the
character.
okay. Well, that's fine, but don't tell any specifics because we're trying to encourage people. Again, the word is encourage people to go watch this. Not
Well, I'm
And you
biased
guys-
because I don't like the
She's
movie.
very biased because she was born in 2007. So, and the movie came out in 2007. She doesn't have much to go off of in terms of life.
No, because
So,
I watched the movie. You don't need life experience to watch this. It's just the fact that like watching certain things, I have to put my own like sense in it. Like if I was ever in this situation, this is stupid.
if you were ever in a snow, where
Well-
do you have the
No, like talking to certain people, this would just be a stupid conversation to have.
okay. All right. So, Snow Globe, I'm still going to recommend, regardless of Nia's a dislike for the movie. Evidently, I thought you sort of liked it.
Nope.
We watched it.
I told you the morning after.
She
I'm
only
like,
has 13 Christmases under her belt. It's fine.
All right. So, I'm still going to recommend Snow Globe, and it is on Disney Plus. I think if you put in Christmas, it may come up, but obviously just search it by the name Snow Globe, and I think you will enjoy it. Again, it is on Hallmark Channel, not Lifetime. I know I said Lifetime. It is on Hallmark Channel, so it's in that vein of movie. It's not Scrooge. It's not animated. It's not maybe what some would anticipate, which I don't know if that's why Nia doesn't like it. But be that as it may, I would say check it out. I think folks in certain age brackets would really enjoy it, perhaps not teenagers. So anyway, so Nia, you were very vocal on mine. No, it's fine. Don't tear mine down anymore. You were very vocal on mine. So let's quickly go and find out what yours is. What would you recommend?
Well, I'm gonna be. This is like a remake of an old Christmas tale. It's Mickey's Christmas Carol, which is basically just a remake of Charles Dickens' version. And can I just say, I'm very glad that they chose the Disney character Donald Duck to play Scrooge, because the way that he played this is natural. You know, they portray him as kind of like grumpy sometimes with like a bit of yeah.
Most of the time.
Exactly, that's why he fit the character. So I really like it. I like the story. So like the remake of it is great. I went and saw the play like not too long ago, so I really do like the storyline. And I think it was very well put together. It's very well good for kids. Granted, I don't think that since this is the Disney, the Scrooge in it isn't like as bitter as like Charles Dickens' version, because you know it's Disney. We have to keep it somewhat lighthearted. So it's still good for kids. Not like super heavy.
So you know there are a number of Scrooges, right? There are
A plethora.
there are a lot. So what year do you know what year this one was done?
I do not.
So
I do not.
okay. But this is the anime.
Mhm.
So this is the one where the nephews come and is this? Well, I'm confusing that with Twice Upon a Christmas.
Yeah, those are different.
Yeah, you know when they relived it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's definitely different. That's not Scrooge or
This one, Mickey's more of like a side character in this one.
yeah.
Okay, so when you go to Disney Plus, you can just type in Scrooge. You're going to get a few, but you'll obviously be able to determine the one that Nia's talking about with Donald. So, all right. Well, let me ask you something. Why do you think that one will be underrated?
Personally, I just don't think that people really look at remake tales like that, especially like Charles Dickens. He's like a fairly older literature person, and it's just not something that you hear people talk about. Like a lot of times, if people do watch those shorts, they watch the ones where like Mickey's the main character, or like the basic ones that you first see on the page. That's not one of the ones that you like first see. That's one of the ones where like you click on the ones that you see on the first page, like Twice Upon a Christmas. You know how you scroll down and it has like stuff related under it. That's where that would be.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Imani, what's your first one for the underrated, top 3 underrated?
So my first one is going to be a surprise to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, does anyone like to guess?
Let's see. I hope it's not. I hope it's not once or twice because both of those are favorite.
No. Nia?
No, I've got nothing.
Okay. No. It's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
The Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, with Jack Skellington.
Yes. It is underrated as a Christmas movie. As a Halloween movie, it is at the top of the charts. But nobody really pays attention to it during Christmas time as much as they do during Halloween.
That's accurate.
It's a dual purpose movie, and people more so because it's like Jack Skellington and more so Halloween geared. It's like, oh, it's a Halloween movie, but it's both.
Okay. That came out. That's been out for a little while.
It has been out for quite some time, and I want to say, when did it come out? Let's see. Nightmare Before Christmas came out in 1993.
Okay, so that's got some legs. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I think you're onto something, and I'll tell you why. I've watched bits and pieces, but never the entirety of. No, I've never seen the entire thing. Matter of fact, something today, like it was on TV today as I was scrolling through, and I saw it, and I watched a little bit here and a little bit there, but I don't like that style of animation. I don't care for that. It's a little odd.
It's supposed to, like, literally all the movies like this are like Nightmare Before Christmas, Frankenweenie, Coraline. They all are kind of like that weird, creepy, ghost Halloween type ordeal going on, and they're all animated. So I love them. I think they're pretty cool.
It's a little odd. It's a little odd to me, and yeah. It's a little off-putting with hair. Well, no, just any movie because all the ones you name, I've not seen any of those. If it was more like Coco, you know what I'm saying? If
Coco seems more like of course Coco is talking about death, but it's like death with a hug, as opposed to like The Nightmare Before Christmas, where it's like we just dead.
Well, to me, the characters aesthetically look better.
Yeah.
And as weird as that sounds, it's a little uninteresting because of the way the characters look. It looks odd to me, just for that. But I've never seen it. But I do understand what you're saying, and I agree. I think people see it because Jack and Shelley are usually invited to Mickey's Not So Scary.
Yeah.
But you don't really see them at Mickey's That's So Very Merry Christmas Party. Now that you say it, that's actually a really good point.
Aha.
So those are 3 good ones. Okay, cool beans. Anything else on that?
No, well, you should probably go and watch the entire thing. But other than that, it's good. I like it, especially for like now. It's actually freezing outside, and it's a little gloomy. Like, oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. This is still gloomy, but 'tis the season. You know what I mean?
Well, yours was rated. I think that's also rated G or PG.
Yeah.
And then Nia, yours was rated also G.
Mine was rated PG.
Okay, so it's just so we inform the audience what the ratings are. All right, so on to round two. So my second one is one that came out last year, and we watched it, and we really enjoyed it. But it seems like when I heard people talk about it, that they were relatively condescending, and it was not the best comments. Like they didn't trash it, but they didn't think as much of it as we did. Or I'm going to start speaking for myself after listening to Nia talk about the other one.
Just say what it is. I was the person that said it was
I really
garbage.
thought Nia and I were on one accord with this
I
snow
told you
drone.
the next morning, I was like, I cannot watch this. I left in the middle of the movie. I was like, this is dumb.
Well,
This is not worth
let's
my
not go back.
time.
Let's not go back. So Noel is the name of the movie I'm going to suggest for my second one, and I think it's underrated because the few folks that I did hear talk about it, they were not glowing reviews, and so a lot of times when it gets less than decent word of mouth, it just kind of passes on to the next thing with Disney Plus, just like Netflix and Hulu, and there's so much original content all the time that unless you make a big splash, unless you come out like Orange is the New Black or something like that, and people are looking for it, like Stranger Things, then you're just pushed further
None
down.
of these things are on Disney Plus.
No. Of course, they're not on Disney Plus. I'm making a point that unless you grab your audience right off, when you say Stranger Things, people know what that is. They know what it is, and so I don't care where it could not come up on the top menu for Netflix. You're gonna go search, you're gonna find it. Noel's not a movie like that. You're not gonna be like, oh, let me see if Noel's on Disney Plus if it's not in the main. You know what I'm saying? Stranger Things, Orange is the New Black, Mandalorian.
There's a Disney one.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, the story was really cute. It sort of puts you in the mind of Elf. But it's a
yeah,
female.
but it's a female version, and it's more family friendly than Elf. To me, anyway. Elf was hilarious.
So here's the story for Noel. So I want to just kind of give you guys a backstory. Daughter, who is played by actress Anna Kendrick. And if I'm not mistaken, she played in the Pitch Perfect series.
She did.
So, you guys would be familiar with her. So Kris Kringle's daughter is full of Christmas spirit and holiday fun, but she's something important like her beloved brother Nick, who will take over for their father this Christmas. So in this story, it really was a girl power thing also, because it was, the family business was being handed down to a brother. The brother didn't really want it. He was kind of not really feeling the whole North Pole thing. And she was like, no, I could totally do this. But anyway, Nick is training to be Santa, but is failing miserably. He crashes his sleigh. He can't tell naughty from nice. He doesn't understand any language other than his own. The things that are supposed to come naturally to Santa, unfortunately, don't come naturally to Mr. Nick. Nick is about to crumble like a gingerbread cookie from all the pressure. Noel, who is the name of the sister, also the name of the movie, suggests that he take a break and get away to clear his head. But he doesn't return. His sudden disappearance leads to chaos in North Pole, so Mrs. Kringle must step up to the reins in the high-tech replacement for Santa, Cousin Gabe. I don't remember Cousin Gabe, but anyway.
Was like, ain't no good kids, and we gonna Amazon Prime you. Hurry up. We're not bringing nothing.
Cousin Gabe. Meanwhile, Noel and Holly, the families, oh my God, why can I? The families, what is acerbic? ACERBIC?
Don't ask me.
The family. Well, no, but this is what's on Disney Plus. The family's acerbic but good-natured nanny steals the sleigh and the reindeers to go in the search for the brother. So basically, what happens is you see this really detailed search for Noel She goes off to find her brother to try and save Christmas because he's like, oh, I didn't realize all this was happening in the rest of the world. I'm not seeing beaches and these sorts of things, and I don't want to go back to the North Pole. And she's trying to save Christmas. So it's adventurous humor. It's, off-putting without the sort of the dark or sexual humor type situation. And it's just a fun family movie. And I think in many ways, I like the animation, like how the scenes were shot. And I like most of it was set in the North Pole. It just was really funny. And I think the actresses and actors you will all be familiar with. Now, why do I think it's underrated? Again, back to like what I said in the beginning. I just heard a few folks when they were reviewing it, just not give it, many glowing reviews. And I feel like this year, with possibly a number of new movies coming out for Christmas, people are pushing further to the back. So get the chance, watch Noel. I think it'll be worth your watch. So that's my 2, Noel. What do you have? Who went second? Was it Imani or Nia? Nia, what do you have for number 2?
This is a movie that I have not watched in a while. And I was actually trying to tell you about it the other day. I just couldn't remember what it was called. And I kept telling you, I was like, oh yeah, it's the one where like the Santa Claus is like not captured, but like he's replaced by like this kind of frosty dude. And you were like, Jack Frost? And I was like, no, it's not Jack Frost. He has a name. Still don't remember the name. However,
his name was Jack Frost.
His name was Jack Frost? I don't think his name, like they called him something Mr. Frost, because I remember the song. It's like a sound on TikTok, so I remember the song. However, I don't remember his name. But the movie itself is called Santa Claus 3.
It was Jack Frost.
That was Jack Frost?
Yeah.
He's played by Morton Short.
However, the movie was immaculate. Highly suggest. I haven't seen it in a while, so I was like shocked when I found it on Disney Plus. Hence the reason why I think it's underrated. But it's a great movie. It's really funny, and it's like, I kind of like how they did the story, because a lot of Santa Claus movies, they're just so, I don't want to say cliche, but they're done very similarly. And I haven't seen anyone put Jack Frost in the mix, so I appreciate that. And I like beginnings where it's kind of, the way that they began the movie is kind of where it was like the wife was telling it after she had the baby, because at the end of the movie, she did have the baby. You have to watch the movie to understand that. But however, I just like movies where it just starts off in a certain way. Like if anybody who's ever watched Disney Channel, the movie Lemonade Mouth, where it starts off with the end in the beginning and then you kind of backtrack it. I like when movies do that, so that was a plus for me.
Okay. So this movie was released in 2006 and is rated G. And some of the folks that you would recognize that are in the movie, we already mentioned one, which is Martin Short, but Tim Allen is the is the star of the movie. And the escape clause, because there's 3 Santa Clauses that you'll find, 1, 2, and 3. And it says Allen is back in his big red suit for more adventures and laughs in Santa Claus 3. This clause, as Christmas nears, Scott Calvin invites his in-laws to join the festivities. But the holidays take a chaotic turn when Scott discovers a way out of his Santa Claus, like a clause, contract clause. And the mischievous Jack Frost, who's played by Martin Short, puts the big freeze on Christmas's big cheese. So it's a lot of adventure. And obviously with Martin Short and Tim Allen there's a lot of comedy. So I really enjoyed that one, but I agree with Nia. Anytime you get into sequels and you get past number 2, anything past number 2, if it wasn't fantastic, tends to kind of fade off. Unless it's the Fast and the Furious, and it depends on who you ask, because my God, there were 80
There
of
are
those.
like 8 of them.
Well, you know what? And just a side note, I just want to say this. Fast and the Furious, I enjoyed the last few with The Rock.
Yes.
But number 3 with Bow Wow and that Tokyo Drift was
Everyone
the worst.
That's every single person.
But it's the one you remember. It's like, oh my God, what were they even thinking? But anyway, back to Disney Plus. Anything else, Nia, on that one? Santa Claus, the escape clause?
No, I like it. I think you should see it. And my favorite scene in that movie is when they were fighting on top of that. That was immaculate.
Yeah. You probably could do, you probably could just watch 1, 2, and 3. Just kind of binge it out.
Binge it out.
Because you're not, you got a few, hours or a vacation day where you're not doing anything. All you got to do is go right there to Disney Plus, click home. As a matter of fact, Disney has put in a collection. If you page down on the home page where it says collections, they have a Home Alone collection. They have a Spider-Man collection. They have a Happy Holidays collection. And guess what else they have in the collection?
A Pirates.
Santa Claus. So they've grouped all the movies right there together. And all you have to do is click on that. And all of the Santa Claus movies are right there. Well, isn't that fun? All right. So, Imani, what's your last one? Your next one.
My next one is kind of, it's a short, a little unexpected for me anyway. Olaf's Frozen Adventure, a spinoff from Frozen.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's a short, so it's not very long whatsoever. It's rated G, and basically it takes place right after Arendelle reopens the gates, and they have this big celebration in the kingdom, and then all the families go home to celebrate their holidays with their families, and then Anna and Elsa kind of realize that they don't have their own family traditions for the holiday, and so Olaf kind of sets off on this adventure to find quote unquote a tradition for his friends.
Yeah, you guys kind of see Frozen as a holiday movie, not the Olaf's thing, but just Frozen period.
No.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. I don't recall when we first saw Frozen, but I seem to think it was around the holidays. Maybe I'm wrong.
We saw it like midsummer.
It was in the summer.
I remember that because me and you saw Frozen, and it was another movie, but it was like midsummer. I remember I was in school.
But I'm with you on Olaf's Frozen Adventure. The reason why, did you say why you thought it would be underrated?
Primarily because it's work. Usually around the holidays, people like to watch like full-fledged movies.
Yep.
So primarily because it's short, and then it's like a spin-off from Frozen that has like a million spin-offs already.
Yeah, that's the thing. Once you watch Frozen 1 and Frozen 2, because they've got a couple little shorts, and I think that this one, they'll probably be like, I'll watch that later, or whatever the case may be. I don't think you start off watching Olaf's unless you just intend on doing it. If you're going to watch Frozen, you're going to watch Frozen. But okay, I'll go with that. I'll go with that one. But that is rated G, of course, and it is on Disney Plus. That may be in one of the collections as well. All right, so on to my last one. And I kind of hate to say this one, and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am, and I'll tell you why. I'll go back to what I said on my initial deal with Snow Globe, is I think that people want to see the new stuff, and if they've seen it before, instead of going back and rewatching or something like that, for the newer titles. So my third and last underrated movie on Disney Plus is Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. I love these. I like Once Upon a Christmas. I like Twice Upon a Christmas. I think Twice Upon a Christmas is better because the animation is more crisp and just I just think it's just better. The Once Upon a Christmas was done and released in 1999. It is starring Kelsey Grammer and let me see some other names you may recognize. I think Kelsey Grammer is probably one of the bigger names, but Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald. So the whole gang is in on these. And what normally happens is you get a story from each of the top fives, right? You get a Mickey story and a Minnie story. The background is this. Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Daisy, and Pluto gathered to reminisce about love, magic, and surprises in 3 wonder-filled stories of Christmas past. So in this case, you're going to get 3 stories. Twice Upon a Christmas, I think you got about 4 or 5. because Pluto, Goofy's son was in one of the stories there. In the fine tradition of Disney storytelling, Mickey and Minnie recall the year they both gave up what was most important to them for the sake of the other, making for an unforgettable Christmas. Goofy and Max, who is Goofy's son, retell when they experience a series of hilarious but season-shaking events until a visit from the real Santa made it most magical. And thinking back to when they wished Christmas was every day, Donald's nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, remembered their dream turning into a comical catastrophe, eventually teaching them what true holiday spirit is all about. That's what I thought you were talking about before, Nia, when you said Scrooge, because because there's an Uncle Scrooge and there is Uncle Donald to them. And so I thought you were actually talking about that when you mentioned Scrooge before. So why do I think it's underrated? Very simply put, I think because Twice Upon a Christmas is out, Noel, all these other newer Christmas movies that are on Disney Plus, I think folks are kind of search for some of the newer headings before they head back to some of it. Because chances are most Disney folks, have seen Once Upon a Christmas before, and they may not go back to rewatch it. They'll probably spend their time watching some of the newer stuff. But I recommend you watch it. I think it's a great watch. All right, so that's my last one. And Nia, what is your next one?
Okay, so my last one is one that you introduced me to the other day. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is underrated purely because it's a short. And I think a lot of people stop watching shorts because, yeah. But it is the short. It's a very new, came out this year. A new Christmas short called From Our Family to Yours. The animation in it was great. Like I said, it's a short, so there's not like much of a soundtrack to it, but it's very wholesome and it's very feel good. So it's very Christmassy. It's very kind of like Hallmark feelings and vibes. But there is like a moment there where you kind of, it just makes me think you're like, this can go very left very quickly. However, it's very wholesome and I recommend that you watch it.
Yeah, I posted that on our Facebook page for folks to go and check it out. Normally, if you listen to our podcast, we have been against watching shorts, particularly because we were scarred from Pixar, and boy, do they get sad. However, this one, like Nia says, is worth watching. It's only about 3 minutes long, and it's Disney related. Obviously, it's on Disney Plus, and I don't want to give any spoilers, but it involves a gift that a child was given that was held onto for a number of years, and it was recovered. And it's one of those deals where, smell and taste are two mechanisms that trigger memory. And so when you're establishing memory, I don't care how long it's been, if you can reconnect your senses with a particular smell. And if you smell something when you were 5, let's say it was cotton candy when you were at the fair, and you could be 55 and you smell that same smell, it will take you back to that time. And that's what it made me think about. Now, there was not a word said, I think, throughout the short. It was that well done, too. There was nothing verbally said, only action, and it was so well done. It's Christmas related. It's heartwarming. It's family. It has a lot of diversity. Everything you want to see in a short, I definitely recommend. But like Nia's saying, I think. Well, did you say why you thought it would be?
It's a short. I think a lot of people try to go short. Like,
you think they're scarred the Pixar like we were?
Yeah, like the beginning of Coco, that short. I stopped watching shorts after that. That one.
Yeah. It was that was. I don't know. I think shorts can be fun, but for some reason, Pixar.
They need to make you feel a lot of emotions in 3 minutes. You know how hard that is? So you gotta hit them where right there.
Well, Pixar's got it down packed because, man, I tell you.
And then they bring you right back up.
Yeah. So on Disney Plus, what Nia's talking about, if you go, it's probably on the home screen, but let's say it's not. You just type in From Our Family to Yours. It's Disney From Our Family to Yours.
Another thing I like about this is that it kind of teaches you. It's like one of those life moments, like the circle of life moments, because it's like you know how it kind of started, where it's like the girl and her mother were like really close, and as she like got older, it was kind of one of those moments where it's like happens to everybody, and you just grow apart, but it's still like Christmas brings everyone together.
Yeah, and also I think Disney uses as a way to really extend their brand. And let me tell you what I mean by that. You'll notice lately that there have been, and we live in Atlanta again. I assume they're doing this nationwide. I could be doing it internationally as well, but certainly in states that are close to the parks, there's been a tremendous amount of marketing geared to folks saying, "Hey, we're safe, we're back open. Disney's fun. You can come. You can trust us. You can come back to the parks." There's been a lot of that. And I don't recall ever seeing this short before. I think this was produced recently. And I think it was done in a way to encourage people. Or actually, let me say it better. I think it was done in a way to remind people how how you feel about Disney. And this family is not a family that's local. When you see it, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but this is a diverse group of people, but it's not a local to US group. So Disney is saying, hey, our brand is national, but don't forget everybody loves this little mouse. And that story was 3 minutes long, but it was so powerful. I watched it like twice. I thought, and that's what I'm saying. Nia's saying, hey, this is what you introduced me to, because I said, hey, come here and watch this. Because this was really, first I watched it, quite honestly, to make sure it wasn't super sad. But after that, I said, hey, come and watch this, because it really touched me. It was done in 3 minutes, and it was done really, really well. So you guys go check it out. Disney, From Our Family to Yours. So, Imani, what is your last one?
So my last one is not a short, and it is not sad. It came out in, I believe, 2001. It's called "Twas the Night," and basically it's like a fun family type ordeal going on. A little bit of action. Basically, a 14-year-old and his very irresponsible con artist uncle. They almost ruin Christmas because they steal Santa's high-tech sleigh for a joyride, and so it just takes you throughout that night of how they almost destroy Christmas.
Yeah, the actor that you would remember in this movie is a guy named Bryan Cranston, and Bryan Cranston played in he's played in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
most popular for Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Most popular for Breaking Bad. Now, this was done in 2001, obviously a number of years before Breaking Bad. So he's the same Bryan Cranston, just with hair and this is different. But a lot of these kids, I think, have pretty good careers as well. "Twas the Night" is the name, TWAS, "Twas the Night," Disney's "Twas the Night." It is rated G. And yeah, I can see why.
It's actually rated TVG. I don't know if that matters, but.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's about the same thing. But again, there's comedy and adventure. I think the fact that they steal the sleigh and almost ruin Christmas is enough. You'll find that's, well, not stealing the sleigh, but trying to save Christmas is a theme that goes through most of the movies that we've recommended. It is in Noel. It is in "Twas the Night." It also was in Santa Claus, The Escape Clause. And so if you like a little bit of adventure and you like a happy ending and Christmas being saved, then these are movies that we recommend for you. So my top three, again, just so we know, was Snow Globe, Noel, and Once Upon a Christmas. So I gave you two live action and one animated. And so, Nia, yours was?
Mine was Santa Claus 3, Escape Clause, From Our Family to Yours, and A Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Okay. So you have a short, an animated, and a live action.
Yep.
Cool beans. And then Imani, yours was
The Nightmare Before Christmas, Olaf's Adventure, Frozen Adventure, and Twas the Night.
so two animated and a live action. So you've got a variety depending on what you like to choose from. And you have a total of 9 movies to do it. And if you plan on doing the binging of the Santa Claus, which we recommend, which I actually recommend you do because it'll make a little bit more sense if you watch them in succession. Because I think if I remember correctly, they sort of build up onto it, and it kind of gives you an understanding of how Tim's character became a Santa Claus in the first place and why maybe he wants to get out of it. So yeah, I will watch those in order. But be that as it may, I think we recommended some pretty good ones for you here. And we're going to post these on our Facebook page. So in the event riding in your car or doing something like that, you don't have to write any of these down. We'll put them on our Facebook page so you can reference back to it. And when you go to Disney Plus, you'll have a little list there and you can just kind of jump on into it. The only other thing I'll say, guys, before we head out is that, again, if you go to Disney Plus, you go down to collections. I think that's worth your watch because they've grouped a lot of stuff together. And then also, I think they've grouped together just Christmas things. So if you have Freeform, which also is a Disney thing, they've got that 25 or 30 days to Christmas action as well. You can watch that, and I think you'll enjoy as well. All right, ladies, anything that I forgot or need to mention?
No. Merry
Christmas. I will say nothing else about your first choice, so no.
We have 29 more. No, just kidding. We have 30 more days of this year and counting.
Yeah, 24
Christmas
Day. Yes. So we'll be back several times. We have been averaging 6 a month for the last few months. And if you've not checked out our November podcast, now's a great time to do it. The area on Disney Plus that just came to me is called Holiday Movies and Specials. So they listed there the majority of things that they think we would enjoy for the holidays, particularly for Christmas. You know what else they have? They have the Home Alone collection.
They do.
And that's one of the ones that's not underrated.
Yeah.
I love watching Home Alone. We're going to close out with this. Which one of the Home Alones is the best? Which one do you guys think is your favorite or is the best, period?
The first one.
The second one.
I go with the second one. I love New York in the winter. For Christmas, it is awesome. When we were there, was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
We were there. What year?
It's for Christmas.
I know, but wasn't that in like 2014?
Well, either way, we were there for Christmas. I'm just saying, being in Manhattan, seeing the windows, the way they were dressed out. Is there anywhere else that does that with the windows?
I believe Paris does that.
I couldn't think of another U.S. city that did that. And when you're in New York and it's December, number one is cold.
Chicago might.
Yeah, you're right. Chicago might, because they have American Girl doll stores there as well. But I'm telling you, when you're in New York in December, it's cold. I'm telling you what Chicago doesn't have. They don't have the number of people. And they don't have the density of Manhattan and the way those shopping districts are. And if they do, I apologize to the Chicago folks, but I've been to Chicago a few times. I've never seen it the way that it is in Manhattan. I just really enjoy it. Obviously I love being in the parks for Christmas, but believe it or not, my second favorite place for Christmas in all of the U.S. would be in New York. I absolutely love being there during the holidays. It's like something, I don't know. It's just something different about it. So when I watch Home Alone 2, I love seeing him in the toy stores. I love seeing him in the Central Park. But also, what's the hotel that he goes to that What's the character that you and your mom would the Plaza Hotel? All that to me is quintessential New York, and it's quintessential Christmas. So anyway, I got a little off topic, got excited. Home Alone is also on holiday movies and specials. There are just a lot of stuff. There are enough movies for you to watch up until Christmas. So go to Disney Plus, check it out. Let us know what you think of our list. You can comment, like, subscribe to our Facebook post, our Instagram. And again, we appreciate you listening. We appreciate you subscribing and sharing My Disney Brain with your associates, your family, and your loved ones. We hope you guys are safe, and we hope you're having a great day. Thanks for listening.
We're still alive.
There it is.